I've been trying to focus on, why that's happening and preventing it from happening and all that kind of stuff, and try and double down on good ambassador play. Anyway, let's take a look at this board here. We've got a colony board once again and shelters, and I do have a 4-3. Let's see what's going on here. Attacks, cut purse. That's it. Okay, trashing, counterfeit, and apprentice. Stonemason. Okay, counterfeit is great, and apprentice can also be great potentially. Wow, holy crap! Look at this. Look at this. Village, workers village, which is also your plus buy. Draw. Well, there's King's Court and Courtyard, and like the engine here is enormous, and there's so much synergy. I mean, let's just start with some stuff here. There's a lot of synergy around Peddler. There's Stonemason and there's Apprentice. Now, in the early game, you might be able to Stonemason and gain multiple Peddlers, but who are we kidding? Like Workers Village, I mean, you king a Workers Village and you just get all the Peddlers that way. But you can trash like a Peddler for 2 King's Courts. Hello? Oh, JSH. So why did the Scarecrow win an award? I know this one. Do you mind if I do? Yeah, because he was outstanding in his field. Yes. Anyway, you can Stonemason a Peddler into 2 King's Courts, which is just frickin' monster. That's enormous. Highway, along with Workers Village and Counterfeit. I mean, Highway split could end up being pretty huge-ish, maybe? Not sure. Apothecary, is that going to help you get off the ground? Or are you better served trying to hit 7 the old-fashioned way with, like, Counterfeit and Courtyard? I mean, is Apothecary going to be part of the payload of your deck, or Copper's going to be part of your payload? I'm inclined to think they're not. I mean, you can king cut purses, workers, villages, peddlers to get your payload that way. I think that's the way I want to go. Open Silver Courtyard. Yeah, Silver Courtyard, get a counterfeit ASAP. And then we have to strike some balance between keeping up action density so you can have kinging targets and also get peddlers easier. Maybe peddlers are a better source of economy. Even then, I still need to hit 5 to get a counterfeit ASAP. And Silver Courtyard seems like the best opening for that. So let's do that. And he goes for the potion. Man, I mean, I've lost a lot of games because I didn't go for Apothecary when I probably should have. You open Potion Courtyard. Anyway, Counterfeit's a clear call over gold number 1. Courtyard misses the shuffle, which is slightly unfortunate, but whatever. That's going to happen sometimes. What do we do about this? He wants to draw all the cards. I think man, I have to be very careful here. I'm inclined to get silver number 2 and then be done with treasure cards forever and ever, amen. But I don't feel like that's right. Second Courtyard has to be better than second silver, and in that case, top decking the Necro, there are no action cards in here, so there's no point in trying to lower the cost of Peddler that way. So we top deck a Copper and buy a Courtyard. What is this? Oh, it's an alumni newsletter for something. Anyway, he gets 2 Apothecaries for 4 potion. Great! GJ. Lots of options here. Stonemason into 2 workers villages. Get the peddler thing going. I actually really like that option, by the way. Counterfeit number 2 and gold are possibilities that aren't nearly as attractive to me. Okay, I should be able to get either a King's Court or a Peddler, or optimistically both. This is a great draw. I'm a big fan of this. Looks like people in the chat are saying that I should have opened Potion as well. And he gets a couple more Apothecaries. Oh, great, free Peddlers. Let's Courtyard first. Let's do this. This doesn't matter. Workers' Village. Now, let's be very careful. I can't hit King's Court. I can get 3 Peddlers and thin a copper. That's pretty stinking good. Let's do that. I could also get a counterfeit and 2 Peddlers. I like that. Let's do that instead. The counterfeit's got the plus buy. That's why I'm drawn to it. And this draw is pretty bad. I'm actually thinking about getting a cut purse here. Just for the economy. And it can be kinged. That's the big deal. I'm going to want one of these as a payload at some point. But I don't think I'm buying any more treasure cards this game, like ever. Great, free Peddlers this turn. With any luck, I'll also be able to pick up a King's Court. So 3 Apothecaries means he's probably able to get a King's Court this turn. I mean, going for Apothecary instead of counterfeit? I don't know about that, man. Maybe you're right, but I don't know. There you go. Can't Stonemason into 2 King's Courts. That would have been pretty hot. But I think you should get King's Court over Stonemason 2 Apothecaries. Or not? What are you into 2 Workers' Village? Huh. Interesting. I'm not saying it's wrong, I just don't totally get it. Counting. At most, the most money I could possibly have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus whatever I counterfeit. So if I don't play Stonemason, counterfeit 2 coppers, then I can Stonemason into 2 King's Courts, which is super hot. I could Stonemason copper, counterfeit the silver, which seems just as good. Thins me a little more. Gets me the same amount of money. I could also counterfeit the counterfeit, but I think it's premature. I mean, it's another peddler, but I don't think that would be wise. Yeah, let's just... Thinning is winning. I just noticed that people in the chat are saying I should have Stonemasoned a peddler. Yeah, that probably would have been pretty good. I need to pay more attention. I just need to not automatically play my action cards, and just sometimes pause for a moment to think about what I could be doing better. And now I have, like, what, 5 peddlers in my deck? So that should be more available to me. I'll have lots of targets and stuff. Highways might be useful coming up. He doesn't appear to be contesting highways, and if he lets me have all 10 of them, he's going to automatically lose the game. Okay. What do we get? Apprentice? Stonemason 2 courtyards? No. Also, piles are pretty low. Look at this. We've got 4 peddlers, 4 stonemasons. Yeah, we need to be very careful of that. Actually, Duchy trashing Hovel might be pretty good. I could stonemason it into 2 other things at a later date. But I feel like Apprentice is good. I mean, if I Apprentice a Peddler, I draw my deck. That's so good. I can't not do that. Another option is Stonemason into 2 Peddlers, but I'm actually worried enough about piles, and I think the Apprentice is good enough. I do want to pick that up. There's plenty of synergy in my deck for that. Here we go. We're in business. I will king the Workers' Village because it, draws cards and stuff. Kinging a cut purse just isn't super important. And like the game's basically over at this point. I mean, he does have control over a pile that I don't have control over, but I mean, if I consider Peddlers to be empty already, it doesn't take much economy to empty Stonemason Courtyard. And if I can king a Stonemason, I mean, I've got enough cards in my deck that cost more than 2 that like these are basically gone. So what I think that means for Adam is that I need to, when Peddlers are empty, I need to have points. I think that's what that means. We also need to be I need to keep very close track of what his deck is capable of. He has trashed 2 of his shelters for coppers, and I believe all of these treasures in the trash are mine. So that means he's got 7 plus 4, 11 coppers. Has he picked up any other source of economy? There goes his potion. So now he doesn't have control over the apothecary pile anymore. That's significant. I don't know how I feel about this. I can't imagine that whatever he's gaining is going to be that important. So a couple of silvers. He's got $15 total in his deck that he can't draw. 2 King's Courts, I imagine. Okie doke. Oh, and some Peddlers. GJ. I think I just Apprentice a Peddler here, yeah. That seems really good. Still didn't find my other King's Court. Let's play Courtyard. There you are, Kingy. I think top decking copper is just fine. What am I going to king? Let's see if we can find a forced win here. Let's say I buy 2 Peddlers and an estate. If I king a Stonemason, I've got... I have the buys for that, and I'm going to play coppers. So money is not an issue. If I king a Stonemason, that's 6 gains, and there are 9 in the pile, so that means I also need to... I can gain, let's say, all the courtyards. Then I can Stonemason for 2 Stonemasons. So I need $6 for that. Counterfeit copper gets me that, right? So if I keep all the treasures, I can, right now, let's say I top deck Ogie, king a Stonemason, I've got cut purse, Peddler, Workers' Village. That's enough gains to end the game, right? I can win the game 1-0. Yeah. Yeah, so we can win the game right now. So let's win the game right now. Yeah. I'm going to do the Peddlers. Whatever. Let's just not get too frisky here. Okay. Let's just play some more cards here. We're done being confusing. And I can get a dookie. Well, dookies are great. And trash my hovel. There we go. And draw 5 courtyards, because that's how I roll. Stonemason! It was a 3-pile surprise Stonemason ending, and I didn't lose! Yay! And it looks like Alan has, he just set the same ending. He says, also a good habit is to counterfeit. The counterfeit once you're on the final turn.